What's up, baby? I'm Max Schneider. I'm here with Rock Forever magazine, and I love them, and I'm happy to be here.
Hey guys, it's Tori from Rock Forever magazine, and I am here right now with Max Schneider.
Hey.
How are you doing?
How you doing?
Very good, very good. It's a beautiful day here in California. It's good to be here. And you had a show at the Roxy not too long ago, a few days ago. How did that go? How was that experience?
Oh, it was amazing. I love playing at the Roxy. It was sold out, which we were super happy about, and got to meet a lot of awesome new people and see familiar faces, and I just love playing live shows.
Yes,
so.
definitely more live shows I'd like to see. Are there plans for more live shows in the future?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We're planning out a mini tour for the East Coast right now for July, and I'm playing a few more dates with Victoria Justice in August in Florida, so I'm super pumped for that. And yeah, I keep trying to get as many as possible because I love playing live.
And I just released your single, Nothing Without Love, and it's an amazing song. And what I like, it's not your typical pop song. It has its own vibe. Who are your musical inspirations on that song?
Oh my gosh. Well, I'd say that just generally I'm inspired a ton by Justin Timberlake and Bruno Mars and Michael Jackson, and I definitely drive influence from Etta James and Frank Sinatra, a lot of old school people, and some of the other songs in the album are a little more reflecting of that. But this one is definitely driven by, like, I love JT songs. I love how Justin Timberlake, so many of his songs are they're so real. I love that he just says it, and I felt like I wanted to make that same exact message in Nothing Without Love, something just real to me.
And speaking of Justin Timberlake, the dancing was also very Justin Timberlake-esque. It was very cool to see that music video. So what was it like for you to film that music video, the whole experience?
It was the best. I sat down, one of my best friends, Dan Karp, he actually plays guitar with me, and he directed the music video. And I remember when we sat down, we were thinking about all the ideas, and we realized, like, we want to make this the best it can be, and we want to make it in our way. And so we sat down, we wrote it, and we really collaborated in so many ways with all the great people who worked with us. And it was amazing because they were all top-notch guys who just did the best work on it, and I was so grateful to have them. And we got to do what we wanted to do, which was really, it was invigorating to know that we set out to do something, and we did it in the way we wanted to do it. And every time I watch it, I feel happy that they really brought that vision to life. So.
Absolutely. And it was a lot of fun for me to watch, and it seemed like it was a lot of fun for you to film. So were there any good moments from behind the scenes that you'd like to share?
Definitely.
A lot?
Oh my gosh, there was so many great. The dancing, we rehearsed a ton for the dancing, and the choreographer Kevin Mayer's amazing guy, and like really, he wouldn't take mediocre, and he was so driven. He was like, no, it's gonna be the best it can be, and that was something that really, inspired me to work my hardest. And I'd say one of the funniest moments was Clarissa, who plays the girl in the video, who's awesome. She's so cool, and actually came to us last minute. We lost another girl, and we didn't even really, she was like a friend of a friend who I had met a few times, but realized she was the perfect person for it, and realized that why didn't we choose her before, you know? And so she came. And we had this moment where we were kissing, and she has a boyfriend and a girlfriend, and it was always the moment where you're like, it's all good, it's professional, we're gonna make this kiss awesome. But of course you're like, you're nervous for it too though, because you're like, oh my gosh. So we go for the first one, and of course our heads bump in the first time we go for the kiss, like we're like, it's all good, that one was fine. And then the second time it was cool, but that was definitely a funny moment. We were like, oh, well, let's try that again.
That's so funny. It must be an awkward experience, I guess, but you're an actor, so you're used to it, right?
Totally. In the same way I did this movie Rags with this girl Kiki Palmer, who's the best. I love Kiki.
I saw that.
Awesome. And she's still one of my best friends to this day. She's so cool every time I see her. And we had the same kind of thing where it's like you got to sit down and just say, look, this is for this story, this project, and we just got to make it as real as possible and not let it interfere with our friendship. And the same, Clarissa was so professional about it that it was totally cool.
That's good. And thinking back to the dancing, you were amazing. Like, I had no clue you could dance like that. How did that happen? Were you always that good at dancing, or was it kind of like a boot camp just before the music video?
Well, I've always loved dancing. I would never say, I've just loved to dance around. I did some ballet when I was younger, started doing, when I was a little younger, and I did, I loved doing a lot more dance when I was doing musical theater stuff, and the last few years I've been trying to get it back a lot more so, and so I would say that for this video, it was definitely the most dancing I've done in like a span of 2 weeks of rehearsing, and it definitely kicked me back, and at first it was really tough to get back into it, but after the full week of rehearsal, like, I felt really solid with it, and it definitely, it's like riding a bike. You give it enough time, you'll figure it out again. But I just love dancing. I'm not that great at it, but I love doing it.
Are you kidding me? The work paid off. It was amazing, really, it was. And you were saying something about an album, a full-length album. So is there a release date for that yet?
There's not a release date yet, but it's gonna probably be coming out late summer.
Okay.
And right now I've got all the songs, and we're just mixing them and mastering them, making them sound the best they can be. But I'm trying to get it out as soon as possible. I don't want to put a date out and not be that date yet. So it's coming very, very, very soon. Though I'm working on other music videos, some stuff that might have some primates in it, maybe some monkeys. What? We'll see.
Now I want to know where that's going.
Know, right? So we're really excited about all the different video ideas and just getting the music out there, having people hear it.
Absolutely. And what can fans expect from this album? Is it going to be a lot like the single, or are there going to be some different things on there?
I would say it's very diverse in its sound. There's some songs that sound in that way. That producer, Morgan Taylor Reid, did a couple songs on the album, so that some of them have that same vibe. But I'd say there's a lot of ballads, and it has a very eclectic mix of ballads with some old jazzy old school stuff, and then just straight down the middle pop stuff that I love doing, and so I'm excited for everybody to hear what all of it comes out to be.
Yes, and waiting on that release date now, because you're getting me very excited for it. Now I don't know when it's going to be.
All right, surprise,
so
we'll make it happen.
We have to stay tuned. And also, aside from your music, you are an actor, and there's a new series, Crisis, that you're going to be in. Could you tell us a little more about the plot and your character?
Totally. Crisis is awesome. I'm so excited to be doing it. It's an action political thriller where essentially the plot line is I go to this school where the president's son goes, a lot of very powerful people's kids go, and in a field trip, we go on a field trip and we get kidnapped. One Secret Service agent shoots the other one, and we're all taken hostage, and they use the kids to manipulate the government through their very powerful parents.
Wow,
and a lot of twists and turns, so many crazy things. I remember reading the script, I was like, whoa, did that just happen? So there's a lot of crazy stuff that happens, but my character, I play Ian Martinez. My first time playing a little bit of an Hispanic role. I'm bringing out that Hispanic side.
Yes.
And I am a very shy artist, and I'm best friends with a girl named Beth Ann, who her father is the lead of the show, Dermot Mulroney, and basically, we're kind of the outcasts of the school. We're both scholarship kids. We don't have the very powerful parents, but we're both at the school. And so a lot of the twists and turns come with our parts, because there's a question of like what's going to happen to them because their parents aren't powerful.
True.
And but there's things that happen, so you'll see. But I'm really excited for it, and there's a lot. It's funny because my former castmate Halston Sage from How to Rock is the girl in the show as well, who I have a big crush on. I know, right? It's a huge coincidence. I remember she had the part already, and I was auditioning for it, and she like called me every day. She was like, "How was that audition?" I was like, "It was great. Hopefully another one comes." And so in the show, I actually have a huge crush on her, and I draw her because I'm a visual artist stuff, and it's so awesome to be back with her again because she's like family to me. So
That's
it's dope.
super cool. And this sounds completely different from any Nickelodeon show or movie. So what was the biggest challenge for you to be coming from Nickelodeon to do a more serious role like that?
I would say it was definitely, I was so happy to do it because it definitely was a whole 180 from doing a lot of the sitcom stuff that we did on Nick, which was so awesome, so fun. But I'd say that this was a lot of serious moments. We're crying, all these scenes. Like every day we shot, our characters shot for about 8 days, and during those 8 days we were getting kidnapped like every day. So it was
fun.
It was a lot of getting kidnapped, which I've never done before. But
Hopefully.
But it was challenging for sure to bring out that deep emotion every day, to be like, what would it feel like to be in that horrible situation, So it was definitely challenging, but so worth it in the end. The director is an amazing guy named Philip Noyce, who is amazing and really did the great job of bringing it out of us every moment of every day. And so I'm excited to see where the show goes, because none of us know where it's going to go.
Oh, so it's just as suspenseful for you as it is for me.
Exactly.
Oh, that's amazing. So every day reading, well, not every day, but when you get the script, it's like an exciting thing.
Oh, yeah.
And so now this is the big question. Which one do you prefer, these Nickelodeon shows or something like Crisis?
I mean, I ideally, for the rest of my life, I'd love to do both, but I'd say that they both have their pros and cons.
Okay.
I love in the sitcom world how all the stuff on Nickelodeon. I loved getting slimed. That was awesome. Getting slimed
That's
is
like my
awesome.
dream.
It's awesome. It is a dream come true. When they were telling me it was gonna happen, I was like, this is gonna be amazing. And those kind of things, they really bring out like my inner kid, which I'm gonna always have, which I'm always gonna be. But then shows like Crisis really bring me into more of, you know, the becoming a man and trying to bring out that side too. So I'd say, I mean, I can't choose between the two because one side makes me really get in touch with my emotions and one side really gets me in touch with my childhood and fun side. So
True.
I hope I can do both for the rest of my life. Hopefully.
That would be good.
That would be nice.
good.
Yeah.
And now we have a fun question here. What would be your dream role and who would you want to co-star with you?
Oh my gosh, so tough.
Dream big here.
Oh my gosh. I definitely one day, I want to be on a cop show. I love cop shows.
Yes.
I would love to be like a detective and like Emma Watson be like my partner. That would be awesome because we're both like short people and I have a huge crush on her and it would just be awesome, like taking down criminals and title here. So
Dun, dun, dun.
dun dun dun. So that'd be super cool. I would love to do that.
Okay, well this is going on YouTube, so hey,
Oh, yeah.
if you're watching this,
Let's make it happen.
Max Schneider over here, he's ready to go.
Let's go.
And now, aside from your original music and your amazing acting, you also have a very successful YouTube channel. So anybody out there watching who wants to start a YouTube channel like yours, what are your top 3 tips for them?
Oh my God. First off, do it. That's the first thing. I think that so many people, they're like, I don't want to, it takes time. Who's going to watch it? You know what? People are going to watch it eventually. If you put in the time and the effort, they're going to happen. I'd say also quality over quantity is a big thing. I think make it the best you can make it. I mean, and it's cool to do. I love doing like laptop videos every once in a while, but for the videos that really, really count, I'd say it's a mixture of doing that and doing something really raw. So, you know, get a nice camera, invest in it if you really want to do it, and just get it going and start making videos. And then I'd say the third thing is like do what you love doing. Do the songs you love to do. Not necessarily if they're just like #1 on iTunes or something, which sometimes you'll love that song, you should do it. But do the songs that mean something to you, because I think that'll show people that you really enjoyed that song, and they'll hopefully enjoy your cover of it even more so. So yeah, those are my tips. And just do, you know, when you got original stuff, put it out there, you know, mix it up, do some covers, do some originals, and just do what you love doing.
Very good advice over here. And now, what is your favorite YouTube video you've ever watched? You can't say your own. So aside from your own,
I gotta say that the animal, how animals eat recently was a pretty hilarious video. I don't know what my favorite video is though, but that's definitely one. I actually love the Fall Out Boy video for oh shoot, thanks for the memories. Yeah,
I was gonna say, it doesn't even matter. I already know it's good. It's Fall Out Boy.
Oh my gosh. I mean, not only because there's like some awesome primates like as the crew on the video, but I think it's just such an awesome video.
Yeah.
And
so did that inspire the primates in your future video?
Sure. I mean, I've definitely seen a lot of videos with some cool primates.
That's true.
For sure. But yeah, the one that we're trying to do, we're definitely trying to make it a little different than the usual. But I think that they're just so fascinating. I got to work with a chimp on How to Rock, and her name was Susie, and she's the bomb. We're still besties when we see each other, and maybe she'll be the chimp in the video. We'll see. But I just think it's fascinating to see how smart and amazing these creatures are, and I've just always just loved. I mean, I go to zoos and I watch a gorilla, and I just really think that gorillas are just awesome. They're so powerful, but they're so to themselves, and they don't have to show it off. They know that they are the kings. So I think it's awesome just to see the difference in the different animals.
Yes. And now on a very different note from gorillas, you have accomplished so much in your career already. So what has been the highlight so far for you?
Oh man, I mean, I've definitely been really lucky to have some amazing experiences. I'd say that the Dolce & Gabbana campaign I did with Madonna was definitely still one of the most surreal days.
I was waiting to hear that.
It was. I mean, every time I tell the story about it, I can't believe it happened. It feels like something I'm making up, you know.
Yeah.
And she was incredible, and it definitely was just surreal to see, you know, myself with Madonna on billboards and stuff. It was to this day, you know, warms my heart. It was an amazing day. So that's definitely one of the craziest experiences of my life. Mama Madonna. Oh yes.
Yes. So would you consider doing more modeling like that? I mean, I guess if Madonna came to you,
totally. Oh my God, I'd love to. I love doing editorial stuff, and I love doing different. Yeah, I'd love to do campaigns. I love photography. I've really grown to appreciate so many photographers, because I think when you see a photo, especially if you're in it, I think a great photographer, you look at the photo and it's not about you, it's what you've been a part of in that picture.
Absolutely.
And that's what some amazing photographers can do. So I would love to do more. Yes.
And now anybody who wants to follow you on Twitter, Facebook, find your videos on YouTube, find your music, where can they go?
They can go. I got Max G Schneider is my Twitter and like my Instagram and all that stuff. G for my middle name George, so you can remember that.
No,
and then yes, and then Facebook is Max Schneider Official. Just a lot of Schneiders and stuff like that. So yeah.
Yes, and your YouTube channel
is Max Schneider 1 or Max Schneider. I made it a while ago, so I could only get the 1. It's funny when that happens, and you're like, well, I guess I got Max Schneider 1.
Well,
so
I guess I'm stuck with it
cool.
now.
Like Taylor Swift. What is Taylor Swift? Taylor Swift is like Taylor Swift like 9235, and you're like, you're Taylor Swift. Why is it not just Taylor Swift? But it makes it real. You know what I'm saying? It makes it like so authentic.
She didn't see that coming.
Exactly. She didn't know, which is so cool though, because I think it's like you look at it and you're like, Tay Swift, you got it going on.
Now I almost wish I could change mine to like Rock Forever Magazine 10, 10,
right?
9, 3, 5.
Like multiple numbers.
Yeah, right.
Totally.
Now I need to get on that trend.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for hanging out. It was really great talking to you. Everybody watching, make sure you check out his new single, Nothing Without Love, on iTunes right now. Subscribe to our channel for more interviews, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.
Thank you, baby.